Hi, Fremont. Today we're going to go over how to update our parent-teacher conference links for our virtual appointments on September 27th from 1 to 3. We'll also go over creating brand new virtual appointment slots and looking closer at the newish Google Calendar scheduler for anybody interested in that, and also for our new teachers. So stick around through this video and we'll cover everything that you need to know. So today we're going to start on calendar.google.com. Just open up Google Calendar. And to update our parent-teacher conference links, for those of us that were here last year, we're just going to scroll back in our calendar to our previous parent-teacher conference, which was on February 15th. So when we go back to February 15th, I'm going to zoom in on the day here. I'm going to see my old appointment slots. And this is the one with the grid on it. Now, this is the type of event that most of us are going to have that have been here for more than a couple of years. If you were new last year or you're new this year, most likely it's going to default to the scheduler, and we're going to get to that in a minute. For our old appointments, we had to do two separate events. We had the one event that housed the Google Meet join info, and then we copied that information into our appointment calendar. And you may not have all of this information, but at the very least, you should have a Google Meet link that will be included when somebody signs up for an appointment. So very simple. If we're updating this old appointment slots Google Calendar, then we're going to go ahead and select the event. This is the one with the grid on it. And then if we click the three dots, we're going to go ahead and choose the option that says duplicate. When we click on duplicate, it's going to copy over our joining info for that Google Meet, and then we just need to change the date to our upcoming parent-teacher conference, which is September 27th. It's going to be virtual meetings from 1 to 3, and generally we do 10-minute slots, maybe 15, depending on how much you think you're going to have to talk about with each student. And then in the description, we should have at the very least a Google Meet joining link. If you have all of that and you have the correct date and time, you can just click on Save. And again, you don't need to send me any links if you're just updating the link from last year, but you're going to want to check and make sure that Google Meet is still working. If you jump ahead to September 27th, you'll see now that we have this grid on here, and we have an appointment page. We're going to check on and make sure that's working. That's the thing that we're going to send out to parents and students of kids that are struggling, make sure that they get first dibs. But what we want to do specifically is make sure that our Google Meet is still working. If it's not, then we're going to have to make a new event that houses a Google Meet, or you can stick around and I'll show you how to use the scheduler. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make sure that this lets me join in. And then just a quick reminder, if we go down here to the bottom right, we have this little lock, our host controls. You're going to want to make sure that you change your host settings to restricted, so that when somebody tries to join, you have to allow them. It'll give you a little notification. You have to allow them to get into your Google Meet. And you'll do that on the day of parent-teacher conferences if you're worried about that. So if your Google Meet works, and we are good to go. And again, you don't need to send me any links if you're reusing the link from last year. Shane and I will check all the links, and we'll let you know if there's any issues with your parent-teacher conference links. If you were new last year, or you're interested in the new-ish Google appointment scheduler, or you're new this year, stick around and we'll go over all the stuff that you need for that. If you were new last year, we're going to look at our appointment scheduler. This was the default for anybody new to the school last year. When you came in and you made an appointment scheduler, we discovered, hey, this is a new streamlined option that Google Calendar offers. We can do virtual appointments without having to have two separate events. So if that was you and you have this appointment scheduler, still going to have that grid on it, might look a little bit different. And what we have is an appointment schedule rather than appointment slots. To update this and add it to September 27th, we're just going to click on Edit. We're going to make sure that we have 15-minute slots. We're going to make sure that we don't have a scheduling window or where it says appointment settings, we're going to make sure that we don't have the buffer, because people that are trying to book an appointment the day of or an hour into parent-teacher conferences, they were being locked out and couldn't do a virtual appointment. So 15-minute slots, turn off the scheduling window, turn off the buffer time, and then all we have to do is click add a date. And we're going to jump ahead to September 27th. We're going to set the time from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And again, it's going to be at 15-minute slots. When we click on next, we're going to make sure that where it says location, we have added a Google Meet for video conferencing. And that link is going to be included when everybody gets their own separate link when they make an appointment. And you just kind of sit there and wait for them to come in and join each of the appointments as they come up. If you have the correct date, you've turned off the window, the buffer, you have Google Meet conferencing, click on save. And what you're going to send out to parents, and also if you're making a new link, sending to me, you're just going to click on share, and you're going to send this booking page link, or you can just click on copy link right here. And that is the link that you'll send out to parents of students that are struggling so that they get first dibs. And again, if you're making a new link, that's what you'll send to me as well. The last thing I want to go over is making a new appointment. If you're new this year or you really want to check out this appointment scheduler, they're awesome. Remember, when you make a new link, you need to send it to me also so that it goes onto the spreadsheet that gets sent out to everyone as far as parents. So the first thing, if you are an older teacher and you want to check out the appointment scheduler, you're going to want to check out your Google Calendar settings. In your settings, down at the bottom, we have appointment schedulers. This checkbox should be selected if you're interested in the newer appointment scheduler. Again, it's more streamlined and it comes with a Google Meet attached. When you check that, now when you create a new event, which we just have to do the one, we're just going to call whatever your name is Virtual PTC appointments. We're going to set the time, 1 p.m. This is September 27th. Remember to make sure you have the correct date. We're going to turn on the appointment schedule and click continue, and it'll allow us to add any extra settings. So we're going to turn off the schedule window. We're going to set that the appointments are ready to sign up now. We're going to turn off the buffers, right? That really just limits people that are trying to book last minute appointments. We want to make sure that we're as available as possible. So turn off the windows, make sure it's on the correct date and time. And we're not going to repeat weekly. We're just going to do it that one day. And then for location, we just add a Google Meet, click on save. And now I can just share this appointment scheduler. Look at that. I set it for an hour. We want to make sure that we have 15-minute appointment slots. And now I have this virtual parent-teacher conference appointment, and I'm going to share this booking page link with my parents, as well as with me, Mr. Checkitts, brcheckitts@wsd.net, or you can IM me. I need that link so that we can share that with everyone. Hopefully this video was helpful and not too scattered and scrambled. Just email me or come talk to me in B225 if you guys have any questions or you need assistance.